Well, hello and thank you for joining me for another Alex on Tech and TechAdvice.live video interview. I'm joined today by Bianca Mazur. She's the Executive Director of The Mix, the distributor of Kobold and Thermomix products in Australia and New Zealand. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for taking the time. So, Bianca, can you please tell us briefly about The Mix and the products that you distribute?
So the mix started back in 2001, and our first product was the Thermomix. So we've been doing that for over 20 years now, and then we started to introduce other kitchen products. So we wanted to make life easier in the kitchen and help complement the Thermomix. So we came up with a whole wide range of kitchen items that we now sell online and through our consultants.
Well, of course, with all the home renovation shows, with all the cooking shows, I mean, this is an aspect of lifestyle that people truly love. So you've decided to be in distribution for clearly a winning series of products.
Oh yeah, the Thermomix has been really popular. We've got over 650,000 customers now around Australia. So it's a very much loved kitchen appliance, and they're very passionate and they're always looking for other innovative items. So it's been really great to introduce and make life easier for them with that whole range of kitchen items.
Sure. Now, the newest product to enter your portfolio is Kobold. So please tell us about the brand, what it's known for, and who owns it.
Yep. So Kobold is from the same manufacturers as the Thermomix, and they're called Vorwerk. And they actually started before Thermomix, funny enough. And it was back in 1929 where they introduced the first vacuum cleaner. So it's over 90 years. I think it's 94 they've just celebrated. So they were very innovative back then. You can imagine for the very first kind of looking like a stick vacuum, it was corded, but it was very, very unique, and it had that German design and engineering. And over the 90 years, it's evolved into a cleaning system, so it does much more than vacuum cleaning. But just like the Thermomix, it's really innovative. It's got that quality and gem design right behind it.
So Vorwerk, the company behind Thermomix, actually expanded into cooking. They were originally into cleaning.
Yeah, that's right. So they, after the vacuum cleaners, they started Thermomix, which was over 50. I think they just celebrated 50 years. So they went into that and then started with, it actually started for making baby food. So the Thermomix was, they were trying to find how to make small amounts and cook at the same time. So that's where it kind of started out. And then it evolved into what it is today with the 20 appliances into the one machine.
Which is obviously one of the strengths. It's like the transformer, you know, they can do so many different things, or it's like the Swiss Army knife. You can do all these different things at the same time and obviously save a lot of energy, but also save a lot of space in the kitchen. Now, one of the reasons we're speaking today is because you released a survey or a study talking about how mopping usually isn't at the top of most people's cleaning to-do list just because of, you know, modern life. You've got a survey that shows that a third of Australians are neglecting mopping due to the demands, as I was just saying, of modern life. So what are the other findings from the survey around cleanliness in homes? You were talking about statistics around skin flakes, for example, and why many just aren't as clean as they want to be.
Definitely that pressure of modern life. We're really time poor. We're running around. We're doing so much more in life. So we're cutting corners. So we found that people, as you mentioned, 1 out of 3 people aren't mopping, where 89% of those people did say how important it was. So they do want to clean home. They just can't find the time to do it. And the other stat that was really interesting was we leave around 1 teaspoon of skin flakes in our home each week. And that is what the dust mites feed on. That's their favorite food. And it's those feces, not really nice kind of side of things, but that's what they leave behind. And that's what causes a lot of those allergies. And they get really deep into the carpets, and they're really hard to remove because they're quite fine, especially the skin flakes are. So people aren't getting that deep clean in their home. They're breathing in all those allergens, that dirt, the dust mites, all the nasty stuff in there. And they want that clean home. They're just struggling to find the time to do that.
Now, this is where Kobold comes in. So what's the new Kobold product, and what does it do that's different from most other things out there?
Yeah. So we've just released the latest model, the VK7 cleaning system. So it has a vacuum component to it, and it is really powerful. It has 2 motors in it, and it gives you a really deep clean, and it captures all the dust mites. It actually captures 99.99% of allergens and dirt. It has a filtration system, so it has a filter bag with 4 layers. So it's actually designed for your health. So it's capturing all that, so you don't have to breathe in all those nasties. So you're not circulating everything back into the air. You're getting it into the filter bags. So it's really efficient. It's got 4 suction levels in it. So you've got a really powerful boost suction, so you can get that really deep clean in your home. Where it's really revolutionary it has another attachment where you can vacuum and mop at the same time as well.
So the vacuum is for all surfaces, carpets and hardwood, and it's just does whatever a vacuum does. But the mopping side of things, it's obviously not for carpets, right?
Yeah, not for carpets. So you've got the vacuum that can cover all your hard floors, your carpets, and then you can use the 2-in-1 vacuum mop on all your hard surfaces in the home.
We talked about the different floor types that it works on, and you can obviously switch between the modes. But what is the battery life? How long does it take to recharge? How easy is it to clean? Do you have to put in special cleaning solutions, or does it just use water, etc.?
Yeah, so with the battery life with the vacuum cleaner, it's based on a lithium-ion battery. It's 29.6 volts, so one of the strongest rechargeable batteries on the market. So if you go completely flat, it will recharge in less than 2 hours, just under, and you've got a runtime of up to 60 minutes, which is fantastic. So it depends on the power level that you're using. So I mentioned the 4 power levels, 1 to 4. Generally, for everyday use, it's so strong with the suction that you only need level 1, unless you have, the biggest mess, cookies and crumbs, which I always have from the kids.
Yeah.
It's actually got that boost button, and it goes to the maximum suction, and it lifts up a flap and gets all those nasties quickly. But for everyday use, level 1 is sufficient, so you get a really good battery runtime for your home.
And so, what about the cleaning agents? Does it just use plain water? Do you have to put in some drops of some sort of detergent? What's the story there?
So with the 2-in-1 vacuum mop, so it's a separate attachment, and it's as simple as clicking and connecting. So you can isolate vacuuming and to do all the carpets and the flooring, and then switch to your vacuum mop. And it's really simple to use. It works with microfiber cloths, so it gives you a really efficient clean. So you just pop on a microfiber cloth on the bottom. You fill the water canister up, 300 mils, so it uses the minimal amount of water needed. A little bit of Kobold clean that comes with the product that helps give you that streak-free floors, and you're on your way. So it's really bare minimum in terms of getting set up. And then to clean, what I love, it's so easy. You just pull off the microfiber cloth, pop it in the washing machine, and you just empty any water you didn't use. So there's no dirty water canisters to clean. You're not having to muck around with it. You just simply do those 2 things, and you can wipe down just the 2 rubber components on the top, and you're done with cleaning. But the fantastic thing that we love with the 2-in-1 vacuum mop is it actually vacuums and mops at the same time, which a lot of people don't realize because it's quite revolutionary. It's a game changer. It's halving your cleaning time. So you've got 2 channels, one at the front and one at the back, that gets vacuums all the dirt and the mess up. And then you've got that microfiber that's actually vibrating quite fast and giving you a really thorough clean where it's actually still sensitive on your floors.
And I'm imagining that for the dust component, there's some sort of a bucket you can just easily snap off and just easily, let it eject the dust into your bin.
Yeah, well, that's where it's actually really, really revolutionary as well. So I mentioned the filter bags. So it still vacuums into a filter bag. So you don't have a canister that you have to empty multiple times a day. It sucks everything into the filter bag. And it's actually sensitive choice approved, like your HEPA filters. So it's got those 4 layers. So it's sucking everything into that filter bag, and all you need to do is simply remove it, pop it in the bin, and you don't have to worry about, covering your mouth, running to the bin, the dust cloud, holding your breath. Your health is not suffering for it. So it's really simple. And we find on average use that the bags last around 4 to 6 weeks. So again, it's a really great benefit. I had 3 kids. When I had a cat, I was using it multiple times a day, and I changed my bag every 4 weeks. So it's really, really handy.
So also, I guess people would want to know, what does the unit cost to buy, and how much are the replacement bags?
Yep. So it's $16.99 for the vacuum, and you get 3 extra tools in there. You get 4 bags to get you started. So it should last you at least around 4 months on average. And then for our vacuum mop bundle, so you get the extra attachment, that's $23.99 for that package. And then for a box of bags, it's around $35 to $40, so to get an extra box, different sizes.
Now, you mentioned also that you're a mum, you've got kids, they create all sorts of messes. Are there any other sort of insights that you want to share, about how Kobold has helped you sort all of that out.
Yeah, I think the mess is having three. I've got three young kids, so my youngest is 3 years old, and she is a resilient, feisty toddler, if you want to put it that way. And she loves to make mess, so it's my pain point. I feel like I clean, and then 10 minutes later I turn around, popcorn, stuff crumbled. I'm like, how did this happen? I
So
just don't
quickly.
understand. And people come over and think like, is your house always like this? But quickly, I find it really handy. Obviously now having the Kobold, I didn't think it could be so fantastic in my life, but because it's stands upright and I can just keep it in the corner, it looks amazing, as you can see in the background. I don't mind having it on display. I can quickly grab it, quickly get it to clean, and because it's also bottom heavy, it stands upright. It's also easy for the kids to use. So my 10-year-old, I can go, yep, off you go and clean, and he actually enjoys it. It's a bit of a novelty to do that, which I'm not complaining about. So I think that's definitely the pain point, is trying to keep up with that mess. But also my toddler, she's always got hands in her mouth. She's on the floor. I want to know that she's not, we've got a safe home, we've got a clean home, and I can do that quickly and easily. And look, time, like everyone else, I struggle. So knowing that I can actually grab the 2-in-1 vacuum mop, I don't have to do any pre-cleaning on my hard floors. I can just vacuum up all that mess and mop at the same time. And one other fantastic thing, I know this has always been a pain point with mopping, is how much you're waiting for that water to dry. When you've got kids around, like, don't enter the room, it's still wet, because it's releasing a really minimal amount. It dries so fast that the kids can quickly run back in and you don't have to worry about that.
So is the Kobold V7 on sale now, or is it still coming soon?
Yep, so we launched it last week, so it's on sale now. It's on our website. It's at www.koboldvacuum.com.au. We've got an amazing Kobold team to support, and they're doing online demos, one-on-one group demos, and we've got retail stores as well, and we're also at a number of expos around Australia and New Zealand. So yeah, we've launched that officially, and it's been really exciting.
And is it all the major retail stores that people would know, or is it in specific stores?
So it's at our Thermomix offices, so it's only at our Thermomix stores, and we've got a few around. We've got one in Perth, Brisbane, Sydney and Melbourne, and in Auckland as well. So we've got it on display there. And we've also got lots of video and support online, and all those online demos, and the expos that are running at the home shows, where a lot of those ones.
Yeah.
So many at our Thermomix stores.
Sure. Now, is there anything else we should know about the Kobold V7 and the survey results?
Yep. So there's a lot, I guess, I probably haven't covered. I feel like there's an endless amount of benefits of the product that we fall in love with at the office. Definitely with the new one, it's got Bluetooth connected, so you can actually integrate with an app now and choose different cleaning modes. So if you're doing like a shaggy bath mat, you can actually switch the brushes off, so it can actually deal with long fibers. One of the great things I've heard that I love is, as I mentioned, it's only 2.3 kilos, so it's quite lightweight, the vacuum. And we've found a lot of elderly, especially people with back problems, they're finding the maneuverability is quite good, and they can get under spaces, which has been really great. So just a couple of extra things that we're loving about it. Yeah.
Now, as we get towards the end of the interview, I always want to just ask a couple of personal questions. And one of the ones I always love to know is, can you please share a memory of your first computer?
Yep. I do remember it being very big and brick. It was a massive computer. I still remember floppy disks.
Yeah.
Start speaking to your age, I think, when you do that. But I don't remember saving things and putting them on the floppy disks and having them like in a big container there. And then when obviously CD-ROM came out, that was really cool. And you think, oh my God, this is amazing. And it was funny because I was just talking to my friend last week, and we were laughing about when modems came in dial-up, and we're like, the phone line's blocked, the pain point, and you couldn't get through to someone. So it's funny how those key things you remember. And I wasn't allowed to play a lot of games, but I loved Lemmings. That was one of my favourites.
And for your kids, do you remember what was the first computer you bought for them?
Oh, that's tricky. I think I've actually gone to an iPad rather than a computer. I haven't actually, bought a computer for them yet. We don't really use that. So iPad's probably been the main way that we've worked towards so far, and they're quite young still. But I know I'm going to get that question. My son's already been asking me. He's like, I want a computer for my computer game. So I'll have to start looking into that.
Sure. And my second last question is, can you please share some of the best advice that you've received in life to help you get where you are today?
I think one of the bigger or the best pieces of advice, and where people have guided me, is stepping outside of the comfort zone. I guess a lot of it sounds quite simple, but we always kind of play to this safe space, where it's comfortable, it's easy. And I know the times where I've been pushed outside of it, when it's felt uncomfortable, I've had the butterflies in the tummy. It's where I've had my growth and helped me to kind of move, I guess, over the years and develop as a person. And one of the biggest things for me, I hated public speaking. I was so nervous. I would nearly vomit at the thought. And I had so many people to guide me and say, just push. And they almost like pushing me into it. At points where I didn't, I was like, just give it a go. Just give it a go. What's the worst that happens? And it's amazing how much you grow. But yeah, we just naturally fall into this comfort, like this zone where it's comfortable, it feels good. So I always just encourage people, especially with my kids, it's like, just push it. So what's the worst that's going to happen? Give it a go. Imagine what's on the other side of that. And that's what helps you get to your goals, I guess, and what you're striving for.
Yeah, I've read that when you feel that, anxiety of doing something new and breaking through the comfort zone barrier, that's when the growth begins. That's how you know.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. It's good to feel uncomfortable and sometimes feel like you're going to throw up, but that's okay. It's better on the other side, I guarantee you.
That's right. Absolutely. So what's your final message to the viewers and the readers and to your current and future customers and partners?
Yeah, I guess at the Mix, our purpose has always been creating something incredible, whether it be in the kitchen with your Thermomix, and now we're really excited that we can expand into the home with a cleaning system and halve people's clean time. We want to give the gift of time back to people, whether it's cooking or cleaning. And I'd love if people want to ask more questions. We've got an amazing team ready to help online on our website. So get in touch and we would love to chat to you more about it.
Well, Bianca Mazur, Executive Director of The Mix, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for taking the time to answer all these questions. And it's been great to chat with you, and I do hope we can talk again in the future.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.